Guys, today's video is sponsored by AG1. Don't miss out on your vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients by just having one of these packets of AG1 every day. I'll show you how easy it is for me. Pour it in the cup, my AG1 bottle, which this morning it just so happens to be strapped to the front wheel of my Altima SER. Pour some water in that unit and simply do a burnout. Talk about a simple daily routine. Look, it's still here and none spilled at all. No CGI needed here. Once it's mixed up, you simply put it down the hatch. Guys, just like it says on the packet, AG1 is comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition with 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients made for just about everybody. I've been drinking AG1 for years now. I almost never miss a day. Aside from gut health and mood balance, AG1 is bad to the bone when it comes to immune support because it's packed full of antioxidants, probiotics, and more to support your overall immune health. And guys, right now you can go to drinkag1.com/Cleetus or scan this QR code on screen and save $20 off your first subscription to AG1. Again, guys, that's drinkag1.com/Cleetus. There's also a link in the description below. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Let's get to the live action.
Hell yeah, brother. You're on the Cleetus McFarland YouTube channel.
All right, guys, we're back in the shop after an incredible drag and drive on Sick Week. And we got Lumberjack sitting on the lift. We're going to get down to the bottom of what happened to this engine because it sounded kind of rough.
Our motor's red. It's hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, looks like you blew some rusty mud out of it.
And we don't want to leave everyone on a cliffhanger of what happened to the engine. We're also going to discuss new rules for the Cheap Car Challenge because, as you know, these cars will be competing on the next Drag and Drive 6th summer in a few months. And we have the Coyote Mustang on the lift too because it was absolutely huffing out the breather.
Oh, she's huffing.
Whoa, Nelly.
Don't plug that, might blow up.
So there's still runs. They both still run, but there is definitely a major issue with this engine, and we're gonna get to the bottom of that real quick before we put these cars away for the next few months. They will not see the light of day after this video until 6th summer. I think first thing we need to do though is go in the office and break down what everyone spent. Don't you think it's time to get to the bottom of that?
I think it is.
We didn't track it that well during the week. I want to know what everyone spent because some of us have some budget left.
Yeah.
In addition to the $2,500 we're getting for 6th summer. So we got to decide how we're going to spend that and how much we truly have. So we'll head in the office with everybody and break that down real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a big problem. Instagram, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I use the same song, Hate It or Love It, by 50 Cent. They have removed it from the platform. They've removed my song that's on my last.
Real tough break.
Dude, that's ridiculous situation.
On my last, like,
It's like a year of posts.
my last 200 posts have the song on it. And we just came out with this Leroy Hate It or Love It shirt. I got this today. And then they removed it today. I don't know how that's possible. But we thought because of all the World Cup controversy with Leroy, people hate the body, they love the body, so hate it or love it. We dropped the Leroy shirt. Still live now, but I don't know if we're going to keep it because the song's gone off Instagram.
George practicing
I don't know what to do.
the underdog's still on top at the end.
Hate it or love it. Leroy's still on top, you know? So the shirt stays true. And we're continuing the Lumberjack 20% off code until Friday at midnight because we also have a 240 shirt because Jackson loves the gray area, and we have the Mustang shirt, built not bought, because the boys built it and they're proud of it. Oh, I also wanted to mention that we revised the Lumberjack shirt as well and added the couch, and we'll keep this pre-order open until Friday at midnight as well. We're going to keep those pre-orders alive till Friday. They close at Friday at midnight, and the 20% off code Lumberjack will stay live till Friday at midnight. And the Hate It or Love It shirt is released now. You get all that 20% off code Lumberjack. CleetusMcFarland.com. Check it out after the video. I think we start with the Mustang because they've been
Quiet.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get into this. Mustang. How much you guys pay for the car?
Car, auction fees, shipping, the whole 9 was $57.75.
Holy smokes.
It's a lot.
Okay.
Fine in the south too.
How much are we saying for, what, do you have your list?
I got a whole list, bro.
Oh, okay. Hit
The
it.
whole shebang.
Whoa,
Amazon
well.
Turbo Kit, $500. And I didn't use everything.
That's for the kit.
That's what I bought on Amazon. That's everything that I bought on Amazon.
And then the old stuff from the Ranger, are we...
That's kind of up to you guys, because the more you say it is, the more goes back in my pocket, so I don't care either way. But I can tell you that turbo brand new is like a $350 turbo.
That turbo new
So,
kit.
we
It's
already
blown
call it
up.
the turbo kit, wastegate, everything. Should we call it...
Whoa.
Well, we'll
Fair market value turbo, call it half price.
150.
Same thing for the
150. We agreed
wastegates.
on 150.
2 of them.
$50.
Two
The
of them.
wastegates new are only $90-something.
So
Yes.
$50.
Okay.
So the Amazon stuff is 500, right?
Yeah.
200 for the turbo and gates is what we're saying, and then 150 for the pipe.
Mhm.
So we're at 850 total. Okay, converter.
Converter.
So we sold our
Pricey.
cats. So we sold our cats.
Are we letting them sell the cats? How much you get for the cats?
I mean, they're in the
200
they're in the
bucks.
shop, ain't they?
$200. They weren't big cats.
Aren't they in the
Better
shop?
Sell those. We'll give them the cats.
They weren't big.
Minus 200.
Too bad they weren't like the
Sold.
Ranger one y'all stole.
Cats. All right.
Fuel pumps and injectors.
Ooh, those are expensive.
Now the
Fancy.
fuel pumps and injectors are both pretty much everything turbo kit wise came off my Ranger.
The fuel pumps in it are from
Now,
us. Right?
personally,
Well, we
I was gonna throw out half of this stuff. So take that with a grain of salt.
Fair market value.
Fair market
Fair
value.
market value. How much was the pumps new?
They're
Insurance pumps?
$90 a piece back
So
when I bought them
45
3
bucks
years
a
ago.
pump.
Yeah,
So we're talking.
they're
Times
they're
three.
like the cheap off-brand
Two.
Summit
So
ones.
2 of them.
What is?
Well, they put it. You guys put it in the Hellcat.
Then we had to swap, but that was
So you
How much
Two
were those
sets of
Hellcat?
Yeah, you bought 5 pumps total.
We're gonna go off what's in the car now.
The Hellcat pumps
Oh.
are $127 a piece now.
Okay, so we're talking. We'll do 120 for both.
Well, I got 3 of them.
That's.
No, we got 2.
Oh, you only took 2.
We only
And
had
then
two.
Okay.
the
I couldn't
injectors.
figure
How
it
much
out.
is new set of those injectors?
Man, I'm not sure to be honest with you. They're 96-pound snake eater injectors.
I've never bought snake
Let's
eaters.
call it $500 on the cheap side.
Oh wait, how much was the converter?
The converter, $900.
900.
I won't lie to you on that. We're in the hole a good bit on that one.
Wow.
I didn't want to
Wow.
do it. Trust me, I didn't want to do it.
Ow.
Everybody saw how bad that car was leaving the line. That was not an option.
100% necessary.
It had to happen.
Fair market value for nitrous kits?
Nitrous kit.
Holly sponsored it just like your turbo.
Yeah, that's
Our
what the
turbo,
turbo
we
we
paid
paid
for.
for.
What is this
Talking
rumor?
about.
How much was the nitrous kit? Fair market value.
200 is what we discussed on normal challenges, but with our sponsorship.
Well, I thought it was 400.
I thought it was 400.
Go back to all the other car challenges, boys. It was $200.
Jackson, wasn't
You
it?
go back and prove it then. You go back and prove it.
350, 400, 200. Clearly,
All right,
it's
we'll
200.
do 300.
Whoa!
A brand new set of snake eater injector
We didn't
set
sign
8
up
is
for
only
that.
$400. So
Okay, so 200.
200 for each set of injectors is where you're at.
Is that everything then?
So we're not counting the first 2 fuel pumps they bought?
No, because they're not on the car anymore, and they're not going to use them. So
I'm just saying the
How
nitrous
about that
kit has
case of
inflation.
Ford LV fluid?
It came with
The
that.
trans fluid?
It actually was look at the text. It was actually part of that.
Oh, it came with that.
It
That
came with
shit
the
ain't-
fluid.
that would have set you over.
All right.
The dude included the fluid.
Alright, we
I'm
bought
just gonna use
all
that.
the fittings, regulator, fuel system, all those hoses.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did forget.
We just
about
we
was
just
a
ran
lot.
It's
them.
all Amazon.
A lot
It
of
was
Amazon.
pressure
Yeah.
Regulator.
Regulators,
That part of your
filters,
500 you spent on Amazon.
If
or
you
is that-
scroll down that little note list, you'll see
Look, he's got
all
it all
the
in his
Amazon
hands.
screenshots of all the prices on stuff. But a lot of it we didn't use. There's couplers I didn't use. There's stuff that I bought because I didn't have time to
So
risk
but
not
for
having.
fuel system on the
Snow performance
Amazon stuff,
regulator.
or on that
fittings
stuff.
and lines.
what do you want to call it? $300.
I mean, I
wouldn't even call it that much. Yeah.
150. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
plus
not-
what about all the fittings and hose you bought at Gainesville? You know,
That was what I think it was $100.
I have no idea. What
almost forgot about that too, huh?
All right, $200.
Almost did forget
Call
about
250.
that. That's where the cats. That's when we sold the cats when we needed that stuff.
Listen, we're about to sell the doors and wheels and tires off of it if we have to.
Mad Max it, boy.
Brisk spark plugs.
The wrist
plugs.
plugs. we
That's
do have
$100.
Those are $18.99 a piece.
Yeah.
So we're giving you a bargain. at
Wait,
$100.
we ate those out of our own pockets.
Those were
Those
my
were
physical
expensive.
ones for my Ranger.
Doesn't matter, they're brand new.
I would have paid 100 for
They're
that
brand
thing.
new.
It's so
Oh.
Yeah, they're $18.99 a piece. Dude.
All right. So with that all being said, they spent $8,145.
Oh my
on this sitting. That's being nice.
really should have been more
That's being nice.
This is because it's a build. Look at
But-
all those parts you see up there that won't
If we
be on
didn't
y'all.
need the converter in all actuality, if we didn't need the nitrogen converter, we would have been doing all right.
Yeah, you would have been running 11s.
Yeah. But we would have been in budget.
Okay, all right.
And technically, those fuel pumps didn't help us if we
No.
really.
Everyone
suck
brace
all week.
themselves because we're about to hear some crazy stuff from
Oh,
Jackson
yeah.
as we get into the 240.
There's really nothing crazy.
All right, total spent on the vehicle $7,000.
$7,000.
I want to question that part.
Oh yeah.
Can we call the guy that he bought this car
Let's
from?
get right into the biggest issue we've had with this week: the Motion Racer's operator shifter.
Come to find out, our shifter's got a 3-speed gate on it, and it's a 2-speed transmission. It'll work. Oh, dang, dude! Oh, is that a scratch and dent special? Yeah. How much?
Let's do $100.
Oh, perfect. In budget. Got us a shifter. $100.
Fair market.
$700 shifter.
$100.
Fair market value, scratch and dent.
He threw it on the floor.
Hey, my best
Oh, I thought he
friend-
dropped it.
Oh, it has
Threw it on the floor and sold it to me for $100.
His best
padded
friend
floor.
with a nick in it.
The
I think
owner,
smoke.
the owner of the
It's
company.
smoke. We couldn't
At
sell it for
worst.
50 cents.
We have to charge $500 for that. That's a bargain.
I paid $100.
500. You're being real fair for the little nick.
I'm being very
You're being
fair.
generous.
It's crazy because everything else with a scratch on motion is only like 20% off.
It's like
Ah.
$8 off.
Half of it he gives me for my car already.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't
that's
matter.
fair market
Did
value.
that come with the shifter cable too? All that.
A whole kit.
Whole
I paid
kit.
$100 for it.
Oh, so it's a
It's a whole kit.
$1,000
The whole
bucks.
kit.
If we're saying things
This-
that we were given, my snake eater injectors are sponsored.
We're
stuff
going
that I
fair
have to
market
charge
value. We're
price
giving
on.
James an absolute blessing by only charging him
500 is the absolute
500 is
steal.
only $100 off what it costs brand new.
A full kit.
It's a $700 chip.
Oh.
It is
full
not. It's
motion kit.
$689.99 for a power glide shifter, no air, no nothing. That's all it is. It's not a $750. It's not an $800
No,
shifter.
700.
So 700.
$699.
Yeah, so fair
$699
market
for the
value after you want to screw me out of $300 would be $400. It's half off. Is what fair market is. It's $350 actually, not
But it was
$500.
brand new.
You're saying half off for fair market value.
Yeah, but they're used.
Mine was used. It was thrown on the floor. It wasn't even a. This is the thing about it. No one was standing there.
But it was never
didn't
used,
come. It didn't come in a motion box with the print and all that stuff like you'd get it from Motion.
Did it ever shift the transmission?
It was.
No, it never shifted the
Yes,
transmission.
it did. It was an open box one he had on the trailer that he took parts out of to give somebody and said, "Here you go. This is enough. You should be able to put it on the car." And then he goes, "I'll throw it on the floor and sell it to you as a scratch and dent
Listen,
for $100
man,
bucks."
you're
All right, fine to us. We
It
got
came, in a
fair.
brown, it came in a brown box. It didn't even come in a motion box.
Look at our
It
our
literally
final
was a
price.
used shifter.
You're not that bad off, man.
You're
I'm
gonna
going
make
to
it.
600.
All right, we'll go
I
400
didn't spend
then.
anything else but another
Okay, we're
120
going
bucks on
400
food.
and we're not talking about it again. That's locked in. That's a smoking deal.
Buy something for $100 at the swap meet and you get called. You spent $400. I see it. It's all right.
Fair market value.
Okay.
Fair
Let's
market
see about
value.
your 2 turbos you purchased.
We're gonna get into
We're
that.
getting
I know the
there.
turbos
He's
are a
next.
sore subject. So
He's next.
how much were the axles?
$100.
$100. Okay. And then
I spent $120 on fluids at Walmart.
120 on fluids.
Okay, you did oil
What about that
changes.
hose and when your hose melted?
He bought that.
Okay.
That comes out of your
That
budget.
was 125, I think. Or yeah, because remember it had to have 8 to 10. And
You can have it back. I don't need it.
It's too late. You used it for your run. All right, shifter, axle, and then fitting. Oh, fluids,
Unreal.
and then
Roadside assistance.
fittings. Oh, George, how much are we selling that 5 gallons of fuel for? Do you remember that?
It's funny, I only use a gallon of your fuel.
That's true. When we
And you
gave
had
him
Sam
gas,
bring
we
it
didn't
to
take
me
it all.
technically,
Oh,
so.
yeah. Are we mixing anything on the 240?
Cutting the route. I don't know if that has.
What about
What's that?
Did you
Cutting the route?
What's the price of that?
race gas?
$1,000.
No, race gas. That should be
On accident.
What about nitrous and race gas?
Oh, nitrous. Yeah,
It came
dang.
with 2 full bottles. Like, I didn't fill any nitrous
You
bottles.
couldn't
for
charge
race.
him for nitrous fill. Oh,
To be clear, on next event, you boys are both paying. Unless you,
Oh,
you
we're
still
pulling
have
nitrous
nitrous
off.
left over.
We're not
Pulling
gonna,
the
we're
nitrous
gonna sell
off.
our nitrous.
Okay.
We're
Nitrous
trading
is
that for
gone.
an intercooler.
All right.
Ask my ringlands how they like that nitrous.
So, lumberjack. Hold on. How much was jack stand at total? We're gonna come up with penalties for.
You didn't buy a single spark plug?
No, what did he
With a
spark plug
nitrous
for?
motor?
We're gonna come up with rules
Over it.
for if someone may cut the route next time or all that stuff.
I did.
But
I
for the
did
next
have a
event.
question on James's car.
What's that?
Is that the carburetor that came with it? Came with a
100%.
$1,500 carburetor.
It's a $485 carburetor. It
Yeah.
came with it. You want to see the
Also-
picture
It was on
of the
the-
kid?
I heard it was 10.
While we're talking about
grand
cutting the
for that
route, these guys trailered their car.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
So
They
y'all
didn't even
better
finish.
Quiet down.
Hey, I got a ticket. I'm allowed to cut the route.
Zach did get a criminal misdemeanor.
I'm
so
allowed to cut the route.
We're gonna give them a break. On that.
Yeah.
Wish the cops
I
would
We
would.
give
didn't
me a
want a
break.
trailer. Trust me. Trust me, I didn't want a trailer with them.
All right, lumberjack.
We were having fun.
$53.50 for car purchase. Now,
Turbo.
turbo. We went up.
What about shipping? And
That's
That's the
total.
total price.
What about the Crown Vic experiences?
Listen,
This is the
because we
total
gave
price.
the guy the experience
That's
of a lifetime.
$1,200 in value. The Freedom Factory.
$1,200. We did one guy.
I 3.
We took one person. Only one person
All
drove.
right, we'll put $400 down.
No way.
I gotta get charged $400 for a
James made
sticker. I
dinner
paid
for the guy at his
$100.
house.
No, I didn't. You showed him the house at 5 a.m.
No, you can't count that just because.
And by the way, you guys
$600 for delivery.
you guys pre-ordered your car,
And
and you don't have a marketplace listing. By the way, you cheated on buying your
Yeah,
car.
and you posted
Yeah, you
on
bought yours
Facebook,
3 days
and
before.
you called a
He
friend
bought
of
it
a
from an
friend,
auction.
a friend of a friend, and a fan.
Moving on.
All you need is a
Y'all
Facebook
gonna make
listing.
me lose my voice.
Kyle, moving on.
This guy.
Turbo. Now we gave them $700 for the first one, and then we upgraded to another reman cast. We went from 76 to an 82.
I ain't never seen a untouched
$400.
No, it was a
That thing
reman
was
for sure.
mint.
It was a reman.
That second one was new. I
It was
stole
brand
it. It was
It
new.
says reman on the box. It was a reman when we opened it.
For $400 plus our trade
Well,
in.
you're $700 up there.
All right, so you got
what
your
about all your
$200
hold
up there.
on, what about
And
all
then-
your other stuff?
So you
all
got
your
your turbo.
fittings
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
lines
Hang
and
on,
everything
hang on.
you took from the shop to make your turbo kit
And
work.
We took one drain line. One drain line. That's all I took.
Out of the
Dash
garbage.
tank, Used
So,
drain line
we'll
out
call
of the
it
garbage.
$10.
25.
Oh, 25 really?
This is gonna get
Dude, you took a piece of hose that's a crimp fitting, super lightweight, good hose
Oh.
with a piece of heat sleeving
A,
on
a
it.
steel hose,
I
yeah.
could get
The heat
Hey,
sleeve is
All right,
25.
alright,
Take it off. I'll get
We gotta
25
keep going.
bucks
This
at the
video's
swap
gonna be
meet.
2 hours long.
I'll
Good,
get
they need to
25
see
alright,
it.
Turbo, oil line. Now the engine that we bought, we paid $300.
Yeah, but then
And
you, wait,
we
what?
talked about beforehand that this was off the record. We talked about amongst the group. If you blow an engine
Yeah.
and you don't get an improvement on what you had,
Yeah.
it doesn't go into budget.
Yeah, no, that doesn't go in the budget.
So we're clear
So
on that.
engines,
But the
engines
gas
don't
you
count.
bought,
GP1 oil, we paid for that. How much was that?
If I had to guess, I don't know exactly. If I had to guess, it was like $10.99 or $11.99.
Yeah, it's not cheap oil. I won't
Yeah,
lie.
we did 7 quarts of GP1, which saved our
We
weeks.
bought it
off,
from
but-
Ken.
You got a turbo flange too.
Nope,
No,
we
this
had
can't
that.
That came with the turbo.
You asked Chris on the second one if he had a turbo flange. Throw
Yeah,
it
but
to the
he
smile.
threw it in.
Yeah, it was part of the turbo.
Oh, he just threw
Remember
that
when,
in there.
hold on,
It comes
remember,
with the turbo. It
I have
bolts
it
to the
on
turbo.
video, us walking up with a new turbo
I
saying,
watched it.
everyone go with this trade-in. You all said, we're good.
It looks like it depends on where you
It's
go.
I didn't know
11 bucks
about the
a quart.
flange.
$11
Yeah.
times that. All right,
So
77.
Yeah, 77.
All
Wait,
right.
you did a fuel pump too, didn't you? Or did you
No.
just
No,
do a
sir.
basic
We
pump?
put a
do anything.
Milwaukee on
All
ours.
right, Milwaukee battery holder, Milwaukie
I
battery.
mean, that's general tools. We didn't.
We bought a
Those went
hose.
right back in the toolbox.
We bought a hose and
$10
a fitting
holder at
for
least. Yeah.
Oh, we did buy 10 feet
60
of hose
bucks
and a
probably.
90. I don't remember.
It's
what
only
that
10
was.
foot,
It was Probably
$100.
$100.
wow, sir.
Wheel
Okay.
studs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
About
Yeah.
14 sets of wheel studs.
How much were
That was
those?
probably 25.
How
You
much?
buy studs and lug nuts.
We
Yeah.
got studs and lug nuts.
It's about $6 for a stud and lug nut.
7/16.
Yeah,
We
about
went, through,
six.
we went
bucks.
through about 10 of them, so we'll do $60.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right.
Now
So-
we get to Orlando and you swap turbos. What was the upgrade fee for your turbo?
Well, remember, I came up to you guys with the new turbo and I said, they're allowing us to trade it in plus these stickers. Is everyone good with it? And you guys said, you're good after you stole our turbo.
And then he hit my car with a hammer.
And that's when I
Did
said,
you get dinner
that's
out of
fine,
it?
but Holly paid for my
I did
nitrous
say
kit,
$5
which we got
on the
charged.
video for the hammer.
We
so-
still got charged for our nitrous kit, though.
$5 transfer. I
Yeah,
know,
but no, you didn't. Nobody agreed to that.
We did agree with it off camera right after that. I said, if I put Holly stickers on here, that
Okay.
means my nitrous kit was paid
I don't
for.
Just
remember
because
him
you
calling
state
the group.
something publicly.
Yeah. That's because it didn't happen.
I didn't call the committee.
We
I
called the
called,
group
I called the
committee
leader.
meeting.
I called the leader.
If you state something out loud and then stick the sticker in your car does not mean
So-
it's agreed upon.
I'm not missing anything, am I?
It doesn't really
You
matter.
tell
We
me.
have plenty of wiggle room because we're not cheaters.
What about your fuel line you had to fix?
That's right.
Yeah, okay, the $100.
You know, sometimes when someone else is getting pointed at for being a cheater, you just gotta be quiet. Stay in your lane.
Look at this, boys. $6,442.
Dang, enough for a valve body, boy.
And then roll footage of shaking hands on a bet, a heads up race for remaining budget. So it looks like you owe me $1,060.
Wait, remaining budget.
Yeah, but it was 500 is what I said on the video.
It was 3 and
Because that's
5.
what you told me you had as budget.
Damn it, that's true.
You bet him
So
500
plus
bucks.
500 to that. What's left of your budget?
$500 at
Races
least.
their budgets.
Well, you don't
have any
3 on 5. I got $300 left the budget. I'm ahead of you. 3 on 5. I'm racing for all the marbles tomorrow.
So you get 500 back.
Yeah. So you add 500 to you minus
So
500 from me.
So, that all being said, we're adding $2,500 to the budgets for 6 summers, so that takes it up to $10,000. So these guys will have $1,855 to spend. And these guys,
If anybody
James
needs any
will
Mustang
have
panels, we're selling them.
27.55.
Yeah.
James will have $27.55 to spend, and we will have 3,000.
Wait.
Hold on.
You just-
You're going backwards. If you
No, no, because he's got
77.
The he's got the $500 bet in there.
Oh, you put
he's
it.
just not showing it. See the $500
Yeah.
bet.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't write it. Sorry.
So they'll have $27.55 to spend. I think if we're doing the math wrong, it's close.
Yeah.
And then we'll have 3,058.
Yeah.
We gotta get Tom in on this too.
Yeah.
Tom, we don't even got to talk
All right.
about it. That man's got
So
all the money this
for
year.
6 summer, Zach and Ty have 1,855 left to spend. Jackson has 2,755, and we will have $3,058 to spend. I want to point out we were the only ones under budget. There should be bonus money for that, but it's too late. No stipulations set up for that. Tom Bailey, however, only spent $4,000 on that Camaro. So he has upwards of over $5,000 to spend before 6 summer.
Yeah.
We're all
That's
screwed.
enough for a nitrous small block.
He'd buy a 408 small block for about $4,000. That'll rip.
Yeah, I think he put $1,000 nitrous kit on, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
Maybe some jets.
And he's probably going to just sell that and restart. All right, so before we walk out into the shop, rough idea what you guys are going to spend this money on?
Not anymore.
Not a lot.
Rough idea.
We really, honestly, we're already close to the limit of what a stock Coyote block can handle.
Yeah.
So most of it's going to be rebuilding the trans ourselves, making the trans brake work right, and bigger injectors and a better fuel system.
Which you should be able to
that's what
accomplish
we're fighting
for 1,800.
Yeah.
And one rule I want to point out as well is we are not going to charge everybody to repair their engines, because we obviously pushed them beyond their limits, just for the videos. If you were on a real budget drag drive challenge, you probably wouldn't do that. But we don't want to take the spirit out of the event of being willing to blow your stuff up. So we're not charging for engine breakdowns. That being said, we are charging for upgrades. So since George and I's motor's broke, we could fix it with the same stuff and not spend any money. But because we want to do upgraded pistons and rods, that money does have to go out of your budget in order to do it. Same thing for all you guys. So if you do an improvement to your motor and fix it, you still have to account for the improvements. All right? Jackson, what are you going to do with your $2,700?
I might do a head cam package and some suspension.
Oh, interesting. I don't like that. 60 foot would be enough, but let's keep it where it's at.
I'm going 124 next time around.
Squirrel and I, we're buying a valve body so we have a trans brake, because that last day shootout really crushed us. We're also going to be buying some suspension parts. We've been trying to upgrade our suspension so we can go faster than a 160 60 foot. We're going to be doing a lot of weight reduction and a set of pistons and rods to carry us deep into the nines. What else, Squirrel? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else we really need on Lumberjack, dude.
Yeah. And no money will be charged out of budgets going towards safety equipment, seats, harnesses, roll cages. That's all coming soon. But like I said earlier, these cars won't see the channel again after today's video. So I guess let's get the engines tore all the way down and we'll go take a look at the damage. And then that's it until 6 summer.
You know what? Squirrel, lift this thing up. I want to see this rear suspension. See, why the heck is this thing driving sideways down the track? I mean,
It's been there for a while, bud.
like, is there a reason I'm doing this to the 60 foot?
You think the license plate side is way heavier than the nothing side?
There must be a weight issue. No way it's suspension geometry related. These A-bodies were built for this.
It's all torque.
They
Chassis
built-
twisted. That's what they're talking about.
The chassis twisting off the line.
Exactly.
That's the problem. I mean, I'm just like wondering why I got to have the steering wheel 90 degrees off about 20 feet out.
Well, one front wheel's off the ground.
That's true. That's true. I'm doing a friggin' fat wheelie out there. All right, everyone try to squint their eyes for a minute and not look at anything else but the rear suspension, okay? That's good. All right. Interesting. Factory torque boxes they're used.
Compromised.
They're used. No, they're not compromised. Let's
They're a little
be
crusty,
careful
I'm
what
not
we
gonna
say.
lie.
They're just crusty. But I don't get why the whole car is rear steering so damn hard when I'm going down the track.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this picture at all.
I mean, do you see any reason why it would rear steer
All I want to know is
6
this.
degrees?
I see you have some AC Delco air shocks.
Yeah. We had air in them.
Air,
We had 15 pounds in them, brother.
Yeah. Is it to teed together or single?
They're teed together. Together.
That's where you goofed.
Oh, we got to add it to one side.
Oh, yeah. Because you know it's twisting like this?
Yeah.
If you would have put like 60 pounds on the one side to help push it straight,
Well,
might have taken your
now we
twist
got a
away.
new strategy for later. We're going to try and build a junkyard anti-roll bar.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
We're going to build something.
You got one of the air shocks.
I think maybe these bushings might be a little. I mean,
Dude.
they don't make any noise, you know. So
We're not changing those bushings. Are you kidding me?
no, they ain't coming out.
Yeah, that's
They
a
ain't coming
3-day job changing those 2 bushings.
They need to be melted out.
You know what you
You know,
Hammered in.
here's what I want to do, Squirrel. I want to throw some steel plate on this torque box, just strengthen it up a little bit, because we're going to be 60 foot in this thing like no one's ever seen.
Get you a football, bud. Put it in here.
We'll get a couple used footballs
That's
off
the one.
Facebook Marketplace.
Right here.
We'll stick them in those springs.
At the dollar store, $2.
And before you know it, We'll be doing 120 60 foots, right past Jack Stand's 240.
We'll box these up too, you know.
Yeah, yeah, a couple steel plates
So they
on
don't
them.
blow apart. Pop
So
apart.
much horsepower, dude.
Pinion's leaking slightly.
Okay, that
Not
doesn't
that big of
concern
a
me in the
deal.
slightest. Jerry Bickle drive shaft?
Jerry Bickle race car.
No
rig.
way.
Guy builds
Dang.
rods, dude.
Well, we don't gotta worry about that, dude. This transmission cross member is bad to the bone.
Seriously.
Are you seeing this thing? Our boy Kyle built that thing. That's
Drive
nice.
shaft looped in it.
Oh, it does have a drive shaft loop.
Choice of hardware.
Yeah, I mean, we might throw a new bolt in that.
That drive shaft loop, you're the only
Dude,
one
that's
that
bad to
guaranteed.
the bone, this whole setup.
That's a Leg Saver 9000.
That is. I mean, maybe this car's a lot safer than everyone thinks.
Exactly.
This right here is a big safety thing. That's good.
Besides the rear control arms. We're going to work on that, though, you know? That was probably the most dangerous thing about Lumberjack. Man, our 10-bolt just living its best life back here. Okay, we got some compression test numbers going. Ooh, 60. Oh, no, how was the other side?
Other side's good to go. It's ready to make another pass.
So really, you might just have one piston down.
I'm willing to bet
Piston
there's
ring.
a head gasket between those.
That could be good.
Gone too.
That could be good. Maybe it's savable.
Judging by the smoke coming out of this hole, I don't think
More
it's
than
a
just a head gasket.
No, I think it cracked a ring length
Yeah.
pretty good.
How's it coming out of there?
Huffing. Like it was every piston stroke.
It was finally given back, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Moment of truce.
Moment of truth. I think it's the lifters. That sound, that little squeak.
I mean, this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that I wouldn't count that out.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the only.
That's a bold
Pop
statement.
them off, boys.
It's a
Pop
bold
them off.
statement to say lifter. And
It's got to be head gasket related. That one doesn't look that bad. You see anything?
The biggest things to look at, like the water jackets.
That's how I'm looking.
Blown up. I could cross.
Pop the other one off.
Does it look sealed?
Looks brand new. Looks like two confident engine builders built it in a parking lot.
Looks like it's ready for another 200,000 miles.
It was probably
Well-
just the Scotch-brighted deck.
Down here, it looks like it lost seal a little bit. Pull the other side.
Pop
Yeah.
the other one. That ain't enough for me to worry. You guys see your t-shirts?
Yeah.
Mustang shirts. James is funny, the gray area one.
I didn't see his, but I saw ours. It was pretty sweet.
Oh, interesting. Well, there goes all our washers. What in tarnation?
Flat here, what we got?
I mean, honestly,
Everything's really dirty to the point to where it's hard to see.
yeah, it's so dirty.
Let's spin it.
rust
Let's
that was
pull
in
the
there
head
is making
gaskets
it a
off
little
and
tricky.
spin it.
Pull the
and
lifters
see-
out,
and
Jackson.
see if they're crooked. You know, you could have a crooked piston.
Oh, man, the pistons
The only thing I
look
can
pretty
think of
straight from here.
why you push water that bad, maybe your Scotch-Brite sanded cylinder might have.
Yeah.
But it just gave out just
Gave out
now.
pretty
I
good.
mean, it lasted.
I know. I don't know.
Well, day 5, he was getting after it.
You saw me
This
pulling
boy
away
was
from that
getting after it
240.
every
You see me
day.
pulling away from that 240?
You basically didn't even see the 240.
You
It
would've
was like
thought
a
it
big
was
brown
terrible.
streak going across the tracks.
When you leave the starting line before the tree comes down, it's easy to do it.
You passed me and then got passed
Yeah,
again.
you were in front, so I'll take
Let
it
me
easy.
let me roll the tape.
I got the.
And then water sprayed out of the coolant. That's... All right, let's pull your heads off while they're dinking with this.
All right.
Ooh. Sporty.
You know, it's not a LS. You gotta pull the whole man off.
The head doesn't look terrible. Definitely reusable.
Might have just got a head gasket or something stupid.
Yeah, you might have just got the head. No, there's no way because it was huffing the.
It was huffing. Then you got something better.
Is the bottom of the piston melted a little bit right there?
That's what I think. It's just that last piston.
That's the only one that was down on
so
compression.
there's all that glitter again in the coolant.
Yeah, I think there's a Red Devil bottle in this thing somewhere.
I love this hookup for your turbo.
It has to be something piston ring related to be pumping into the crankcase.
I mean,
like
it's
that.
gotta be
For sure.
a cracked piston.
the valve, but I don't see
Yeah, well, that wouldn't get
mean, the
pressure in the
valve-
crank.
the valve-
Definitely.
They ate a valve and a guide in
That
the pipe,
intake.
but-
Yeah.
Boy, this one looks like it was burning oil. You know, it's like burnt up.
Well, yeah, that one's a
silver.
2-stroke, so we inject oil right there.
So there's nothing on either engine that we can really
No,
find. Oh, you did find something on the lumberjack.
You lifted this head.
Did lift the head.
See the bottom side of this gasket, how it's got all the water ports bubbled?
Oh,
Raised.
dang it.
That's from pressure trying to push the gasket into the block. So
Dang.
definitely lifted this head. Now it's just to check that back.
So do you think the sound was just from the gasket being damaged, maybe?
No, I think it might have bent something or might have ate a lifter.
Okay. All right.
He's pulling the trays now.
Oh, you found it? All right, I'll be back. You did bend rods?
So go ahead and rub your finger over the back side of this right here.
Well,
Yeah.
Nice
you
and
can
level.
look. You can see rings.
Oh, that's
and
not
you
bad,
don't see
though.
And
anything.
that one.
That thing's barely tweaked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We were-
probably bent.
I
So I
mean-
bet when it's warm, it's just letting air blow by the rings.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
Same
didn't
thing
have
we did.
fuel issues, we were just starting to get after
Yeah.
it.
You probably got your head gasket, got a little bit of water in there, bent a rod.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing that happened to Squirrel and I.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of freedom.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You got
it's
strength like that?
It's like that. He is the most
Damn.
athletic one here.
I did forget he's the most athletic one. You think it's that one, James?
I mean, that's just.
Oh, you hitting a hard spot right now?
No, I spun her a couple times already.
He said, "Don't you doubt him."
I just don't want to pinch my finger.
I mean, she looks like she's ready to come all the way up.
Oh, she's a little crooked.
Oh, she
Third-
stopped.
third one.
She did not
She's
come all the way
crooked
up.
in there. Look at that.
Okay, all right. We did the same
That
thing
ain't-
we did the other day.
That ain't crazy.
That's nothing. On
That's the
that.
same thing we did on day one.
That's a
Essentially, right?
Now, this is the thing, though. You don't know if that's rod or the piston.
All right, well, we'll settle this, at 6 Summer. You guys work on your junk. We'll work on ours. We know what we can spend. We also are making a rule where we got to bring the parts before the committee, before you can put them on your car, okay?
Who's the committee?
We're the committee.
Oh, okay.
You got to bring your parts before the committee, before you put them on your cars, and then we'll get ready for 6 Summer. Safety equipment in the meantime.
Yep, I got some work to do.
And you won't see these cars until it is event time this summer. We just talked to Tom Bailey, too. He's getting his pricing together, and we'll hear from him. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Do It For Dale. We'll frickin' see you later. And Jackson, the 240 in here.
Yeah.
Pulling your motor? Thought it was good.
I mean, it is. It's great, but
You're
know,
gonna look
living
in
the
it?
life of the unknown makes you conserve what you have.
So you're just going to look in it.
Yeah, see what it is, rebearing it, regasket it, and just.
I want, you got to build it here, though, so we can all see. Because
Yeah,
I don't want
it's
no
fun.
pro model aluminum rod going in this
I
thing out of Eagle.
I want to put an aluminum rod in it for the street, especially with nitrous.
Well, I don't want no pro mod steel rod going in it either.
I
So
don't even need it.
you got to
So
build
I
it
can
here.
know what's in it, so I can know how much I can spray.
Build it here. That's all I'm saying. Anything going on in the rear end? Are you gonna run the S13 stuff? I mean, you've already been in the 120s on these.
Looking at what's there, it's enough rear end to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But all the arms are on upside down, so I'm gonna fix all that, flip them.
Think that has anything to do with your speed
No,
wobble?
the only thing I can see in the front end is like a bad ball joint. But unless the rack's
I think you don't have enough caster, maybe.
No, it's good. These things have a bunch of caster built in. If you look at like center line.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Something's.
It's weird. I'm definitely gonna look
All right.
into it, but I really can't find nothing that's
Right.
like this is the problem.
Should get that sorted out.